in Spanien, der
Sitzt
war auch
der im
da.
Auto oder wo?
Ja, ich glaube, das ist sein Wohnmobil. Der war doch mit dem Wohnmobil da.
Genau, der ist jetzt eine Freundin, die Tanja.
Jetzt.
after the last exploration, did you notice any difference?
In the past, yes. Now the question is washing through. And from the past, there was a little remembering that sometimes in daily life comes up. And how it is, it was not that what Daimler was looking for this eye, or this big eye, but it was something connecting to all like this. It was a little moment that I could see something like this connecting with all. This popped up the last days.
So it seems to me that all we have in this moment is the experience of this moment. That's all that anybody has, right?
You say it often, and I
Well, you tell me, you look for yourself and see.
have nothing.
What else? We have
Nothing.
nothing, yeah. Nothing, or you could say,
You say
know,
it this
just
moment.
yeah, just this moment. So there is no possibility of disconnection to this moment. There is nothing. Yeah.
The mind does notice.
Mm.
It was the first time that I could feel something.
Mm.
And it's also not that I feel much disconnecting. That's not
Yeah.
not an issue for me.
Mm. Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Thank you.
Well, okay. Right.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay, it's not loud.
it's I made it louder, so now I hear you well.
All right. Hello, Isaac.
Mm.
I just want to know that it's clear if the light of consciousness created all, that to love everything, actually the paradox is to live everything is to love everything. So saying yes for all, like thoughts, emotion, judging, yes, it's like, all right, I love this part of myself what is judging now, or because sometimes we know that mind judging the view, and if I say, okay, it's not myself, it's like not acceptable acceptance. So the first what I have to do is saying, all right, yeah, this can be happen. This is my, I love this part of myself. Is because I don't want to fight with mm, with something. I know that this world is creating and there's nothing wrong with that. So, can you say something on this point about integrate with all?
So if we look in this moment, everything is perceived through the senses when the senses are awake. In deep sleep, we don't sense anything. But when there's what we call consciousness, when we are awake, then we sense the universe through the senses. So one way of speaking it is that it's information, and our senses pick up a little bit of the information that's there. Human beings pick up this little band of information. And then usually the information gets interpreted through our conditioning and through old information, old trauma, old, who knows, old stuff there. And we end up with a perception. But the perception is already an interpretation. It's not real, it's a dream in a way. So, and who did that? Really nobody. It's automatic and it's unconscious, yeah? Happened just. But if we just now, just looking together, can we actually describe this moment?
There's no measure.
We can't say how it is actually.
Yeah.
We can't. And yet we think we can, you know, our memories are real. What we think happened in the past is real, but it's the same thing. We just, yeah, we don't really know. But we not, usually there's not it's not comfortable for most what we call people to not know. But the fact is, we don't know. So we hear, and there's a bunch of automatic, unconscious patterns playing or habits playing that nobody's doing that produce pleasure and pain. And somehow, you know, we seem to have a preference. We want pleasure and we don't want pain. But yet, and even it's like we hear it right now and we can't say this moment is neither pleasurable nor painful. It just is. If there's some automatic unconscious resistance, which nobody is doing, then the moment would be experienced as, not being at ease. Something's wrong somewhere.
Yeah, that's
If
what I
the-
feel.
Yeah, so if the feeling is that everything is not okay, it just means that something is unconsciously resisting.
Yeah, yeah,
Nobody's doing that. It's an automatic, unconscious.
so it's again like in cinema, you're watching movie and all right,
Yeah.
wow, this happening for me, but it's not my, I cannot be identify with something what I've seen.
Yeah, so
Is
we're
that-
watching
is that-
we're watching a movie. We know everybody's acting,
Yeah,
and yet, oh, I like that role, and I don't like that role. So easy, that role is terrible. How can that's evil, that's disgusting, whatever, oh, look, that's good. But it's acting, yeah.
yeah,
And yet still something goes, I like, I don't like. And so that movement of I like, I don't like, who does that? How does that happen?
mm-hmm.
So this moment, what does it mean to accept it? It's already here. There's no body separate to it to accept it, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So this idea of accepting it is already creating a me and an it.
Mm-hmm.
It's already just that thought of accepting it. My sense is it's like we just see that there's this moment, and that's all there is, that we can't describe. We have no control over whether there's a liking or resisting it.
Mm-hmm.
One possibility you could say is to meet the moment as the beloved. How does that happen? Just, oh, wow.
Yeah,
This, to make a joke of it, so this moment is as God as it gets. It doesn't get more God than this,
yeah,
But yet somehow our thinking goes, no, it could be different, it could be better, and I won't be happy until it's the way I think it should be. Who would ever do that?
mm-hmm.
Postpone happiness like that forever.
Okay,
So you can see that is not a conscious act. It's an automatic unconscious. Something doesn't feel good, and then our thinking is a capacity to solve problems. So the moment there's some feeling that everything is not okay, our thinking tries to help us and tries to figure out what's wrong, how can we fix it.
mm-hmm. But it's still mind, if you,
It's just mind, it's just the thoughts. It's like it's just in the sense there's an automatic unconscious resistance, and then the mind wants to put it on something. Oh, it's
Yeah.
because of what they said, or it's because of something. And then now we've got to get them to change their mind or be different, or I've got to be different, I have to accept or something. Then we in the movie, so to speak. But when we're just resting here now, and we can't even say how it is, it's just a very gentle noticing if anything is resisting, you could say.
yeah. But if I find something that is resistant,
If you find something that's resisting, then you go, okay, I see it. Thank you for resisting.
yeah,
Is this resistance necessary or useful right now? Not really. Once you see it's not, once you see it's not necessary, you don't have to do anything about it.
so even you can say that you don't have to use love in this moment.
Otherwise, it becomes a doing, and there's a doer that's doing something.
Mhm.
But being itself, just being, it's not, there's no one being, it just is.
Mhm.
And then within that, what will come up is where there's old information that resists automatically and unconsciously. Nobody's doing it, but it'll start to get noticed. Something is resisting.
Mhm.
Somehow resistance is happening. And then when there's noticing resistance is happening, okay, cool. If you look who's resisting, you'll see there's nobody. It's just automatic and unconscious. Somehow it's happening. Usually it's trying to help. Oftentimes it's existential in nature. It's like has a feeling that our survival is threatened and that it has to resist, otherwise it'll die.
Mm.
But yet here now, there is no one to resist. There is actually, if resistance is there, what is it? It's just something tightens up a little bit, or a lot.
Mm.
And it's trying to help always, and then checking, does it actually help? No, okay. Then it'll stop when it stops. Usually when we can see it's not necessary, like if you wake up in the morning and it's cold, so you put on a couple of sweaters or whatever, then it starts to come to midday and you feel, oh, I'm hot. You don't have to think about it automatically. It's not necessary to wear 2 sweaters. You take one off.
Yeah, now I understand really a Buddha story when you understand that everything what you can see is projecting by your mind is actually, even if something comes to you and you feel all right, maybe this is for me, I have to go there, is still mind.
Yes.
There's nowhere to
Yes.
go.
There's nowhere to go. Yeah.
Hmm.
And but we just here. Where else can we go? Future is a thought, a dream. You could say past is also a memory. It's not here.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually exist.
Just in this moment, I feel that the best thing what I can do for myself and the best knowledge is silence and do nothing, just stay.
Yeah.
And sometimes ego saying me that, right, if you want to stay and do nothing, this is still ego.
Yeah. So like you can see how tricky it is, because just being is not doing or not doing. It's just being. It's not making a concept or a construct of not doing, because you just here.
Mm.
Doesn't need anything on top.
So it's like I can't go, I can't say, I can't go, I can't say I'm moving. It's just um it's not about decide, just no decide, just be.
Yeah. So what is it that moves? Let's just be clear on that.
Yeah.
So we hear any movement that happens, there's awareness of. And what can move? Really, our attention, our focus can move. That's what can move. Yeah? Awareness is just here. It's aware. It's not moving. It's not going anywhere. It's just here. What moves is our attention, or a thought can move. That invitation from Ramana, it's a simple one, really, but also not so simple from because of not understanding fully what the invitation is. You know, he invited, no matter what comes up, what interpretation, what thought, what feeling, anything that comes up, if you ask yourself who's aware of it, the answer can only be I am.
Yeah.
And then rather than being with the perception or the resistance to the perception which shows up as emotion or thoughts, just who's aware I am.
It's important to stay in the flow.
But where else can we stay?
Yeah. I'm so grateful for you.
Oh, so welcome. So what do we need to simply be here right now? We don't need to accept, we don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. If thoughts come, they come. And then it's like if there's no interest, they come and they disappear again. Jennifer. I'm not hearing you for some reason. I heard a sound, but then it disappeared again.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. For me, it just feels like love flowing, that's all. Simple, beautiful. Hi. How does your system respond when we're just resting like this? I mean, to me, it just feels like it's just resting with, yeah, just as presence, just as, I mean, it's just loving presence. Then for me, the whole system relaxes, everything is easy, quiet. There's nothing wanted, there's nothing needed, there's nowhere to get to. It's just simple beauty.
Yeah, simplicity
Hmm.
and the nakedness.
Naked.
It's so naked.
Yeah.
And tenderness and vulnerability.
Everything, all of that, yeah.
Yeah,
And natural, so natural.
so natural.
Yeah.
And brings tears to my eyes, watery.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, the beauty of it, and nothing that I can own.
Yeah.
It are all
Definitely not-
qualities just coming
not-
through.
Yeah. Not a doing at all, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pleasure of being in connection,
being
of this
seen and being felt.
seen and felt,
and
and
felt.
the depth of being, and
Mm.
the satisfaction of that.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm. Thank you.
Ah, Brahm. Hey, Brahm.
Hello, Isaac. I would like to ask for some further guidance on not resisting the sensations and the blockages here. Is a reoccurring theme. And I was hearing what you were saying to Prem just now.
Mm-hmm.
It's sometimes difficult to do it alone.
Yeah, yeah. So at this moment, does there appear to be any blockage? I'm curious, because I think there were a few questions in what you said. But the first thing was, in this moment, is there a sense of blockage?
Well, bringing it up already opens up a lot of space.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel the movement is like ramps up, and it can switch from moment to moment.
Yeah. So then if we can see it can switch from moment to moment, how real is it? So in simply being, just the simple being, is there any thing that needs to be done to just be? And if so, what is it that needs to be done? And by whom?
Sometimes a fine line between having like feeling a very strong agency of wanting to fix it, to solve it, and on the other hand, kind of falling below.
Yeah.
Below the thought, or just like some lethargic.
This presence, where does it begin or end? In your own experience, not what you've heard from anyone else.
Well, it definitely starts here. I haven't looked where it ends.
Yeah. Cool. Anything else?
It's good for now.
Wow.
Hi.
Hi.
One practical question I do have. Is it useful or helpful when we put the money on your account for the retreat to send you any email or anything like this?
It helps keep track, but it's not necessary because I will see it eventually.
Okay, so you don't want it. Need it.
No, I don't need it, but it is helpful. It just helps, makes it a little bit easier for me.
Sure, it's better to send you
Please.
an email,
Yes.
for example.
Yes.
Good. Hmm.
See.
Hi,
Yes.
Isaac. I wanted to ask you something. Occurred to me the other day. So if we're not the body, then that tree that I was looking at is not tree either.
Exactly.
In which case, it's that tree doesn't do anything itself. It's done unto, just as we are done unto.
That's a nice way of describing.
So if we are done unto, then consciousness presumably is doing it.
Exactly yours. Some intelligence we don't even we can say it's conscious, or whatever we want to call it. Yeah. I mean,
How do
because like in the case of a tree, you say it's like there's so many. It's like there's sunshine, there's earth, there's water, there's the minerals. There's so many factors that are showing up as treeing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like all the different communication that's happening at the level of the roots, and I mean, it's a whole expression of that's not separate from totality as far as I can see. And like you say, one way of speaking is it's happening, or done unto, whatever words we want to use for that. Life expressing itself.
All that, yeah, all that earth and sunlight and everything else, that's not those things either, inherently.
Inherently also not.
That here we are, a bag of emptiness shuffling around.
It's far out. Yeah.
But how do we know that that thing that you call intelligence is in fact intelligent? How do we know it knows what it's doing?
I have no idea, except when I look at like like a baby developing in the womb, and all the incredible complexities of capillaries and nerves that kind of join up, or in everything, like a treeing with the leaves and the flowers, and the capacity to take water and take it all the way up like 100 meters or whatever. It's phenomenal.
But it didn't have to be like that. It was like that because the intelligence chose it to be like that.
Exactly. It seems to me intelligence, because it's like for me, it's like when I look into the nature of like even a single cell, I'm going, my God, how did that happen? It's like
So it made us, with all these organs and things that happened to us, all these things that happened to us, it didn't have to be like that. It could have made us just empty.
Exactly. And in a way, and it is really weird because, you start looking into it, okay, everything's made up of molecules and atoms, and then what's an atom made of? And essentially it's made up of nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So we have no responsibility for what happens to us because things just happen.
It seems to me, it's like life is living itself. I mean, it's a weird thing. It's like, would we blame an ocean for a tsunami happening? I don't think so. It's not, we don't think like that. So we don't, yeah. So, there's these expressions of life that we call people that are carrying, due to life circumstances, they're born someplace on the planet, either lucky enough to have two parents or one parent, and the parents are either sober or not sober, or I mean, there's you're born in Afghanistan now, and if you happen to be a woman, my God, not allowed to sing, not allowed to. And how would that affect the nervous system? Just having to be dressed like that.
You see, to say that something affects the nervous system is to imply that we have the power to affect the nervous system. But again, it's just the intelligence that affects the nervous system.
It's playing every single part, exactly.
Yeah.
And we can see that, depending on whether there's identification or not, whole different range of perspective. And is there any choice of whether there's identification or not? As far as I can see, not really. With luck, there's been exploration and seeing actually none of it means anything about a me that doesn't even exist.
It's getting used to this idea that things happen only one way, from intelligence to you, not from you to intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
That's tricky, getting used to that one-wayness.
But that's, to me, it seems like that sense of you wasn't put on your head in a certain sense, was projected, was conditioned.
Mm.
So,
intelligence did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain finality about it all when you look at it that way.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's, I guess everybody tries to put words to it in a certain way, it's like, I guess Ramana's attempt was something like, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and whatever's not going to happen is not going to happen. And so, it's like, but it's just like, and there is nothing happening. It's like,
Thank you, Isaac.
thanks, Liz. Yeah, beautifully expressed.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Pete.
I think if we talk like this, it's incredible. And there's beautiful. Thank you for inviting us again.
Thank you.
Mm.
Esther.
Hey, Isaac.
Hi, Esther. Hey. Hey. Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey. Mm. Yeah. Makes always so soft to meet you. To drop into this silence and that everything just drops away. It's really like everything drops away and it's just going white or something, and it's so, yeah, so gentle. So it's very beautiful. There's that the big intelligence is using you for this.
Yes, I agree.
Well, lucky man. Yeah, we are all.
Yeah, indeed.
Amen. And then all this blah 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 thoughts and ideas and meanings and it's just so very grateful. Isaac,
Yeah.
can I wait. Yeah. I was just wondering when you were talking with, I don't know the name of the lady anymore, but she was saying it so beautiful, this, when you watch a tree, you know, a tree is just treeing, you can say.
Yeah.
And what you said, like when the ocean is giving yeah, big waves, I don't know the name.
Tsunami, yeah, or
Yeah,
something.
you don't blame the ocean for it, you know?
Yeah.
But I was just wondering, just looking at that, like, wow, but in human beings, you can see like there's so much imprint and um, yeah, wow. I don't. It was just like, you know, all the heavy stuff you can say what is happening in the world. So you can't blame
Yeah.
people for it because it's just the imprint, you know. But in nature, you see there is no imprint in a way. It's yeah. It was just a kind of it's all imprint you can see when I guess yeah. All the wars and all the raping and I don't know whatever, all the
Everything. Everything. Yeah.
phew. And in a way, then you can see that it's just starting here, right? To be aware of that or something like that. To see it in your own conditioning or imprint. Yeah, okay.
This Tuesday, there will not be a meeting. Just be aware of that. The next one will be Friday. Bettina, thank you for hosting. Thank you, beloveds, for resting together. Love, peace, beauty.